Somebody mentioned Donald Trump. I was just going to say one thing. I used to work in Palm Beach, okay? I worked right down the street from Mar-a-Lago. So I know from what I speak, he's not supposed to live there. There's a lot of stuff they don't report about Donald Trump. That's a club. It's not a residence. He's only supposed to be there 6 weeks out of the year. He lives there year-round. The town of Palm Beach does not like him. Everybody's rich on that island, okay? They're all filthy rich, but they're very conservative. They don't like him because it costs them money. All right. The other thing. The alligator and the Gainesville Sun. For years, I had it out with Douglas Ray of the Gainesville Sun because on Martin Luther King Day, we shut down University Avenue all the way up to the Martin Luther King Center, and he doesn't report it, you know, and he just kind of ignored it, okay? So I had it out with him. The other thing I want to mention is about the Florida alligator. Years ago, when Roe v. Wade happened, there was a guy that was the editor of the Alligator who went to my junior high. Okay, they call it middle school now. This is my junior high. So anyway, he said, well, if abortions are legal, I'm going to print where people can get an abortion. And that was illegal then in the state of Florida, and he actually had to go to court. He risked doing time to get that changed, to have that overthrown so that he could print where you could get an abortion. And that was a guy that I knew from my middle school. So that's what I want to say about the alligator. That's about the only good thing that the alligator ever did. Not that I'm in favor of abortion. I think you argue about abortion and gun control till the end of time, and it's never going to be decided. So, all right, poetry. Since it's St. Patty's Day, we're going to read a St. Patty's Day poem, Tom.
Fuck yeah!
Hell yeah! The Wearing of the Green. Top of the morning to you. St. Patty's Day again. Everybody's a little bit Irish since way back when. The Irish have this funny habit of kissing the blarney stone. I've never done it myself. I prefer kissing women of me own. And finding a four-leaf clover brings a bloke good luck. But that pot of gold at Rainbow's End worth a lot more bucks. And those funny little guys in green suits they call leprechauns, if they drink too much green beer, they'll sing Danny Boy and other Irish songs. Irish maidens have that mane of reddish hair. Seeing those lovely lasses, you just have to stop and stare. A favorite Celtic performer, Lorena McKennick, sings ballads like Bonnie Portmore. Fascinating story, incredible voice, can't ask for more. Ireland, a proud land, rich tradition, long history. Yeah, being Irish for a day, fun for everybody. Woo! Since it's election year, I'm going to read a poem I wrote several years ago, and I'm going to do a Dylan. It's called Free No More. Dying, dreary capital city, boring, bearing buildings with punched out peepholes, silent bundled people, going nowhere fast. Soldiers camped on corners, dead men call the shots, puppets dance for no one, fighters memorialized from forgotten wars, nobody cares about nothing. Hitler rose from the ashes, said what they wanted to hear. The one the people chose swept away like dust underfoot. Few cared, many mesmerized. Freedom was lost, perhaps for the last time. Lies fooled the masses, deceit ruled the day, and the cold winds blow. What am I doing? Oh, where have you been, my blue-eyed son? Oh, where have you been, my darling young one? I've stumbled on the side of 12 misty mountains. I've walked and I've crawled in 6 crooked highways. I've stepped in the middle of 7 sad forests. I've been out in front of a dozen dead oceans. I've been 10,000 miles in the mouth of a graveyard. And it's hard, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard, it's a hard rain that's gonna fall. Oh, what did you see, my blue-eyed son? Oh, what did you see, my darling young one? I saw a newborn baby with wild wolves all around it. I saw a highway of diamonds with nobody on it. I saw a black branch with blood that kept dripping. I saw a room full of men with their hammers a-bleeding. I saw a white ladder all covered with water. I saw 10,000 talkers whose tongues were all broken. I saw guns and sharp swords in the hands of young children. And it's hard, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard, it's a hard rain that's gonna fall. And what did you hear, my blue-eyed son? Oh, what did you hear, my darling young one? I heard the sound of the thunder, it roared out a warning. Heard the roar of a wave that could drown the whole world. Heard 100 drummers whose hands were ablazing. Heard 10,000 whispering and nobody listening. Heard one person starve, heard many people laughing. Heard the song of a poet who died in the gutter. Heard the sound of a clown who cried in the alley. And it's hard, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard rain that's gonna fall. Saw a tortilla, Tom. Oh, what did you mean, my blue-eyed son? Oh, who did you mean, my darling young one? I met a young child beside a dead pony. I met a white man who walked a black dog. I met a young woman whose body was burning. I met a young girl, she gave me a rainbow. I met one man who was wounded in love. I met another man who was wounded in hatred. It's hard, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard. It's a hard rain that's gonna fall. Oh, what do you do now, my blue-eyed son? Oh, what do you do now, my darling young one? I'm going back out where the rain starts a-falling. I'll walk to the depths of the deepest black forest, where the people are many and their hands are all empty, where the pellets of poison are flooding their waters, where the home in the valley meets a damp, dirty prison, where the executioner's face is always well hidden, where hunger is ugly, where souls are forgotten, where black is the color when none is the number. And I'll tell it and think it and speak it and breathe it and reflect it from the mountain so all souls can see it. Then I'll stand on the ocean until I start sinking. But I'll know my song well before I start singing. And it's hard, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard.